guys, welcome back to another 25 Days of Disney. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Amanda.
And we are here back with another video of doing a Q&A from when I went to the Disney parks.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Be a man, we must be swift as a coursing river, man, with all the force of a great typhoon. Be a man, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Please welcome.
Now, as we've mentioned, Jennifer has been to Disney quite a few times. How many times now?
It's been 3. It's only been 3. It seems like it's been more, but it's just been 3.
For the average person, that's a lot.
I went when I was really little. I was in 2002 I went. Then I went in 2017 as a graduation present to myself from college. And then I went this past year. Yes.
So that's exciting. And you have another one coming up.
Yeah. So I kind of finagled something somehow. I'm going to be a chaperone for a marching band high school trip in April over spring break. And we're not flying, we're taking a coach bus down, which is going to be interesting. In 2002, we did drive, so I did experience it once where you go through the states. It's actually pretty cool, because then you get I think it's cool when you get to see different license plates from different states in your own state, but then when you go outside and that's all you see, like going through the mountains of West Virginia is pretty cool. We are going to have to sleep on the bus, though, the first night and then the last night, which I don't know how well I'm going to sleep. We'll just have to see. But that I am so excited. A lot of it's all out of my hands, too. Like, I seriously don't know a ton of details of this trip either.
So this will be the first time, well, not the first time, but as an adult, the first time you're not in control.
Right, because when I was little, like, we didn't know how to operate that stuff. We went to a travel agent. Yeah. That's how my mom got help when she planned it. But yeah, it's weird because there are questions I want to ask because I don't get, as a large group, how they're going to do stuff. I have no idea if we're going to get fast passes. We're supposed to get food each day. I don't know how the heck that's supposed to work. So eventually I'm going to ask. There will be meetings coming up, because then we're going to have to figure out how many students we have per group.
Yeah.
That type of a thing. We'll be staying at All Star Music.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the on location. Sorry, that's one of the Disney Resort hotels.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So I have a few questions since you are a resident Disney expert.
Yeah.
So, when you've gone to Disney, have you been to the same park each time? Like the same location, Florida versus California?
I've never been to the farthest I've been from Ohio is Indiana. That's as far west as I've gone. So it's just been just in Florida only.
Okay. So each time you've gone, has there been like restaurant-wise? Everyone talks about the food at Disney, right? So first off, what's your favorite snack? There's, Dole Whip, the churros, the Mickey pretzel, all that fun themed stuff.
I really like the Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. It's pineapple soft serve. So that's like a must. There were 2 new snacks I discovered this past trip I really like. One of them is chocolate covered pineapple on a stick.
Okay.
I got it in Big Top Treats. It's over by Fantasyland, like by where the Dumbo ride is. I have a picture of it, I'll insert it. It was like a cube or like a column this long, and it was all with milk chocolate. It tasted so good, and I'm like, I should have went and got a second one. The other treat was the Rice Krispie treat Mickey. I didn't have it there. My sister got it as one of her snack credits and ate a little bit in our room one night, didn't finish it, and we brought it home. And so it was so cool in my dining room actually I didn't try it there, trying it because it's in the shape of Mickey Mouse, and it was just the one where the top part is dipped in milk chocolate. It was so good, and I feel like what I want to do, like when I go there next time, is find a couple of snacks that are not going to go bad to bring home. Because that was so awesome. Yeah. So yeah, the Dole Whip, the pineapple, that's just a random thing, and then the Rice Krispie treat on the stick. That thing was this big, the Rice Krispie treat.
my god,
It
that's
was
huge.
big. Yeah.
Out of the different places you've stayed at on your trips to Disney, which has been your favorite hotel?
I liked Coronado Springs better. Coronado Springs was where I stayed in 2017, and I stayed at Pop Century this time.
Mm-hmm.
They're both different because one is a moderate resort and one's a value resort.
Yeah.
This is the short way of explaining it. When you're at the moderate resort, you are going to get, I don't want to say a smaller crowd, but there was a big, huge difference in the area, like the food court dining area. When we would go in Coronado Springs, it wasn't this hecticness of people walking across, almost bumping into you, everyone acting all frantic, or like kids wandering around like crazy. Like any time you went there, my sister was like, it didn't matter what time of the day at Pop Century, there was people there. Even when we got back from the park, there was a ton of people going to get snacks or something, and it was just people bumping into you, that kind of stuff, and it was insane. Even like the food, I feel like at Pop Century wasn't that great. At Coronado Springs, I had good experience with the food anytime I ate there, and it was more relaxed.
Yeah.
Same with the pool. Like, I felt like the pool was more relaxed over at Coronado Springs, and more than the pools over at Pop Century. Pop Century is a value resort, so that's going to be the families that they're going to want bargain for their buck, more, less money. However, the moderate resorts aren't that much more if you have a group of people, or if there's a you've got the discount like we did.
Yeah.
It was just stuff like that. Even coming home, going back to the hotel after the parks, it was a nightmare for Pop Century. It was packed. And I try to stay patient. My sister never dealt with the Disney buses before, so she would look at it. She's like, Jennifer, you've got to be kidding me. There's that many people. She's like, it would take 3 bus loads just to get all those people back. And it's just one regular like city bus coming at a time, picking them up. Sometimes you will get the double ones like you've probably seen.
Yeah, I work downtown. I get to see a lot of different buses.
And it was so packed. Coronado Springs, we didn't deal with that. So we're like, the resorts, like, they're all big. So I'm like, everyone under the sun was at the Pop Century bus stop. So what we did is we thought of the one night, hey, Art of Animation is next door. That's the other Disney resort. There's a bridge connecting over a lake. We went to the Art of Animation bus, got back faster every time. There was an extra walk you didn't want to do at the end of the night, but you got to go past the really cool like statues and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lot more chaotic, hectic, more loud families at Pop Century. I've heard that a lot about the value resorts, honestly.
Yeah.
And that it's more low-key, more relaxed, or respectful, not all craziness with families over at moderate resorts.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, out of the different parks, such as Epcot and Animal Kingdom, which would be the most upsetting if you didn't get a chance to visit?
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
There are too many good rides there.
Now, at Magic Kingdom, what's your favorite ride?
I have a couple, so I'm just gonna put a couple.
That's fine.
So, there are a few rides that I would be very, very upset if I didn't get to go on, and that almost happened this last time. So, I would be very upset if I couldn't go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Magic Kingdom's always a park we always have gone twice to.
Mm-hmm.
We always have, all of my trips. And so I need to make sure that each day when I go to the park, we've gotten fast passes, we've gone on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone on it 4 times already.
Nice.
So 2 in 2017, 2 in 2019. Wow, that's a mouthful. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Big Thunder Mountain, well, both of those are roller coasters.
Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain is when you're on a train and you go through like these mountains and you like whip around corners. It was down the first day we had our fast pass, and I couldn't get a fast pass that next day. We were gonna try to, so I asked a cast member, explained the situation. He was actually working that day and said, oh yeah, I remember, I couldn't work at this attraction, was all upset. And he says, well, come back in like 15 minutes and then I'll let you in. Like, he punched it in that way.
Oh, that was awesome.
So that one, I love that ride. Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I love that ride. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan is another one. I'm trying to think of another one that I would be upset if I couldn't go on. Oh, Carousel of Progress. Carousel of Progress is a show. Basically, you sit in these seats, and the middle stage stays still, but all of the seats move to different sections. It tells a story of a family going through different decades or eras, and it takes you through, and it's all animatronic, and it's called Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress because that is one of his things he made for the World's Fair. Yeah, and that's one of the things. I don't know if it's the same exact specific ride, like whole presentation thing, but you move around it, and it's really treasured by a lot of people, and it's a classic. So there's probably some I forgot, but those are ones I would definitely be upset if I didn't get to go on.
Yeah, those all sound like a lot of fun.
They are. I can't wait to go back and ride them.
Now, I know going to Disney is all about Disney, but outside the Disney parks properties, is there anything you like to do out there?
So we have not, like when I was little in 2002, we actually stayed off a Disney property. So we stayed in Kissimmee, and in Kissimmee, like there are other places like you can go. Like there was back then it was Ponderosa, that there was a really nice gift shop connected that you could find even other Florida stuff. That's when I started collecting dolphin stuff. Is that I got some really cool figurines and stuff there. We've never ventured anywhere else out besides that, but when you're not at the Disney parks, you are actually still on Disney property. It's huge. One of my favorite things to do is hotel hopping.
Okay.
So what you do is, even if you're not staying there, you get to visit any of the Disney Resort hotels. So you can go, some of them have restaurants. Like me and my sister went to the Polynesian Hotel, which was hands down one of my favorite experiences ever on a Disney trip. You feel like you're in Hawaii.
Is that a goal to stay there sometime?
It's on my bucket list. It's expensive. That's also the hotel that the paperwork was signed to break up the Beatles. There's some Disney vloggers that will walk past and point, that's the room. It's expensive. It's one of the original Disney hotels too, so it's been around.
It makes sense.
You go in there, it's this very distinct smell, and it's weird because there was this perfume like the body mist spray I found like at Victoria's Secret or something that smells similar to it. So I bought it and I wear it. So I'm like, even though it's not technically the same, it's a little the scent of it. This shirt was actually bought at the Polynesian Hotel. This is for the Tiki Room. It's a show that's at Magic Kingdom, but when you go to these resorts, the architecture is amazing.
Yeah.
Seeing this different stuff, even just taking pictures of like the different Disney statues, every time it's been a highlight that I love going to see these different hotels. Plus, you can kind of scope out where you want to stay next time.
Yeah, it's a good way to get an idea, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice to see the different buildings. If you're...
It's so cool because they're all they're themed differently. Like the Wilderness Lodge. It is another one of the more expensive hotels. It's one of the deluxe ones, I think.
Ooh.
So that's the same with Polynesian. It is so big. You go inside, and it kind of reminds you of Kalahari.
It's probably like another attraction all in itself.
Going these places, yes. And then the Grand Floridian is one of the really expensive ones, and that is where the episode of Full House was filmed. They stay there.
Yeah.
So that one is amazing. So a lot of people, we've done that. We stick a whole day aside. We don't go to the parks. We just visit hotels.
Wow.
And then you can go try their food out and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's always been one of my highlights. So I won't be able to do that this time, I don't think. So that makes me sad. Yeah. But I'll check out a hotel I've never been to. So
yeah. Well, you'll also get, maybe there'll be free, a slot for free time. But I don't know if that's chaperone free time or it's for the kids to have free time, or
who knows?
Yeah. Now, people talk about a Disney bubble. Can you go into a little more detail about that?
When you go there, it's like nothing else exists, and it's actually really true. So what happens is like when you leave the airport or you're driving in, you'll go through the archway where it says Disney World.
Yeah.
When you go inside there and this huge property, it's basically like a city of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Like everywhere you go is Disney or something like cool to do or explore. Like I said, like looking at the hotels, it's you. How do I best word this? Like I said, you don't think about anything else except what's there. And you're just constantly absorbing everything too that went into it. So for me, I'm a big art person, a huge theater person. Looking at the fine-tuned details, like the attractions, like a lot of people always say, oh, it's just for kids just going on these rides. Alex is one of them. I don't care, I'll call him out and he'll admit it too. That you gotta realize all this stuff that goes behind it. And if any of you have Disney Plus, you need to watch the Imagineering story. There's been 3 episodes put out so far when we filmed this. It gives you even more appreciation of being in that Disney bubble. There was so much thought process that went through this.
Yeah.
There are stories behind every like hotel or water park or restaurants. You can do scavenger hunts just for hidden Mickeys. Like there's stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just an environment that of course you get the crabby families. You get frustrated because you're like, I need to do all this stuff in this time period and there's not enough time. Like there's that stuff too. But when you're there, it's just basically you're constantly exploring.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool. And every time you go there, it's something different. And it's hard to honestly explain that Disney bubble in all seriousness unless you've been there. But when you then leave and then you're heading to the airport, you're like, it's back to reality. Like, you've got to think of what's going on with your life. You're not thinking about, well, what Mickey-shaped thing can I eat next? Or what ride can I go on next? What Disney character can I take a picture with her? Well, what evening can I spend watching which fireworks show? Because there's fireworks shows every night in every park.
Wow.
That's probably, guys, why the price keeps going up. They're having a 15-minute fireworks show every night. Like, come on.
And in each park.
Yeah. So you leave, and when you leave, you feel it. And then when you come back, you're like, I just wish I can just go swimming in a Disney pool that has like maybe like people from like Disney movie Cars sitting there, or like you wish you can just be immersed in the atmosphere. And it's kind of like what they say, like when you're in a musical or in a stage show, you go on that stage and you become the character, you become part of the show. That's kind of like what goes on there. You get immersed into it. And then when you leave, it's sad.
It's a nice distraction from reality. So, since you've been there a few times, does it ever feel boring? You know, do you think going there multiple times makes it boring?
No, because they're constantly adding new rides and new shows or switching things up. And it's also too hard to do everything in one trip. Basically, a good example is there are rides that I went on this past Disney trip that I've never gone on before ever. So I never went on it in 2017 or in 2002. Sometimes it's because it is a new ride, or it's because you can't find the time sometimes, or a ride might be down, or you're like, oh, well, we'll maybe go on this when we get more fast passes or certain stuff. And there's new experiences every time. Same with the hotel hopping.
Yeah.
Except like Art of Animation and Pop Century, of course we stayed there. I didn't go and visit any other hotel that we went to visit my previous trip.
Wow.
Because there's so many on property, I really wanted to, but there just wasn't enough time in the day. Because an example is we wanted to go swimming. We wanted to look at hotels, go shopping. Well, the swimming kind of drowned out because then storms pop up. This last trip, it rained every day.
Oh.
Every day. And it was the same like 3-4 o'clock storm. And so that, of course, takes time out. And so you lose time that way. But sometimes you even try to repeat the last trip, but you can't.
Yeah.
There's people who will go there almost every day or several times a week that are Orlando residents or Disney vloggers. They say they don't even get tired of it.
Wow.
Some of them will just go there just to go to dinner. And they got it must be nice.
Must be nice.
But no, I don't think it'll ever get boring. Plus, when you go there more, it becomes sometimes less stressful because you develop strategies and you figure out what works and doesn't work. Even like to make yourself happier. This is a dumb detail, but I just thought of this the other day. An example is what type of clothes to wear. There were some pairs of shorts that I was so mad I brought on my 2017 trip. They bothered me. Because there's like, you're in the heat, like, I'm not gonna lie, people talk about this, like, they rub against your skin, you think that you're okay with certain material. So this trip, what did I make sure of? I bought soft, comfy shorts, or the sports athletic shorts, and I was so much happier. See, something like that,
Like,
guys.
most vacations, you need to plan your wardrobe.
Yeah.
And you learn from experience.
It was like planning, no joke, literally putting my stuff in my suitcase. Well, what do I want to wear at Animal Kingdom? Like, this time I like even my other trip, I like planned outfits in a sense. Like, everyone does this. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I went and bought a cheetah print tank top and camo shorts, and I wore that to Animal Kingdom. Like, stuff like that. But you'll learn, and then the next time you go, you can make your experience better or experience something new.
That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, there's almost no way to get bored at Disney unless you don't go look at things. If you stay in your hotel
Unless
the whole
you,
time.
unless you just stay in your hotel room and watch cable, and just watch TV or do like.
Which, what's the point of going to a resort to do that? You can do that at home for cheaper.
Yeah.
You mentioned that staying at one of the hotels was on your bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
What other Disney bucket list items do you have?
So one that I can't think of immediately, I learned about this from watching one of my Disney YouTubers. Their channel's called The Tim Tracker. They've been on YouTube for like 10 years now. They've been through like everything, and they get to explore and show us so much stuff. One of the things is there are these little boats you can rent, and these they're motorized boats, and like 2 people can sit in them, and you can actually go, I want to say you dock off of Polynesian Hotel or Wilderness Lodge, and you get to go on like the lake, that there's a man-made lake and then there's a natural lake, and there's one of those areas that you can actually drive this boat around. And so what's so cool is you can really drive by, see some of the hotels, see Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
I would love to do that. There's that version. You can even get like the bigger boats, and where you can do like the fireworks cruise or something where you can watch them on the lake and stuff. That would be cool, but I would love to get one of those little boats and then go around, because like there are parts like that. That would just be such a cool experience, because that's something like you don't get to say you were driving your own boat on Disney property in a Disney lake, looking at a theme park while looking at these cool structured, like these architectural hotels. Like I just think it's kind of cool. I don't know. Yeah.
Are there any rides on your bucket list that you haven't gone on yet?
Flight of Passage is one of the Avatar rides.
Okay.
That I don't know. I want to go on it, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get scared on it, and it's because of it is more of like a simulated ride.
Yeah.
Where you're on that bike with the 3D glasses on the Banshee. I'm afraid that when you are like, you think you're going down the waterfall, I'm afraid that it's gonna freak me out.
I've had bad experiences with the 3D stuff.
Yeah.
That was before my LASIK surgery, so I haven't done anything like that since.
Yeah.
I must have been scared too.
Trying to think. There is a roller coaster at Animal Kingdom called Expedition Everest, but like there's some people that say it's so cool, but some people say they get freaked out. Basically, on this roller coaster, you go forwards and then you go up and it looks like the track is broken, and then you go backwards through a bunch of it.
Oh.
The Tron ride they're building it right now. It's at Shanghai right now. It looks amazing, but I'm not a good person with downhills.
Gotcha.
I don't like that feeling. It freaks me out. I hate it. So I'm wondering if like I'm gonna be too afraid to go on the Tron ride. Because you're literally, another thing, on a motorcycle, single file, and then you're gonna be dipping down. I don't know. I don't know about that. But like most of the stuff I've been on what I want to go on, but there's those couple things like I'm afraid of. Even like the Tower Terror I won't do. The Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith seems cool, but you go upside down. I've never gone upside down on a roller coaster. I'm kind of afraid.
I live for adrenaline. I love roller coasters.
Oh, so you like that? Then you're in a building.
Yeah.
I've gone on Space Mountain. Space Mountain's like you're in the dark in a building on a roller coaster. I've done that. I got a little bit freaked out. I kind of want to try it again, but I don't know.
So overall, you've given us a lot of information about your Disney trips. So hopefully this helps you guys with some of your planning and some of your own bucket list of what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
So go ahead and watch Jennifer's videos of her trips. She's taken a lot of really good videos. She even did a tour of, during the Full House episodes, stuff that was in that episode at Disney.
Yeah, I did it.
She did it. All right, subclubbers. We'll see you again for 25 Days at Disney. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, watch us catch us on Facebook as well.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
If you enjoyed me, give this video a thumbs up.